Let me see about let's see about YouTube. I mean about
I met a girl from the UK. She a dance, she a cutie. I tell her come if she wanna see me. She love the green and she love when it rains. She said bring out the money from the ATM. Tell your mom from your ATM. Me no back, you go shopping with your ATM. Go lunch with your ATM. The way bags and clothes from your ATM.
Whoever just said hey on Facebook has Facebook using hey. Are you able to see?
No, I don't see
able to
it.
see?
Let me see if I see it better.
Are you able to see something that says allow the group to talk to you?
You know what?
Hey, thanks, Edit. I'm glad you're back.
No, there's nothing on there whatsoever, Doc.
Well, for those watching on Facebook, just because of the way this crap works at the moment, it should allow you to have a thing that it's supposed to have a thing that allows you to allow us to have you come in, but I can't find that link. And normally it comes up
Link to authorize.
Yeah, I don't see that at all. Right now it says everything is doing good.
Like the ocean. She got waves in the head just like the ocean. Yeah, like the ocean. Keep it in on with my man some distance from the ocean. Wavy like the ocean, baby. Yeah, you're looking like the ocean. Deep in my pocket like the ocean. Bring out the money from the ATM. Tell your mom from your ATM. Me no back, you go shopping with your ATM. Go lunch with your ATM. The way bags and clothes from your ATM.
I didn't realize I forgot my hat this week. I have a dome shining on the internet.
Blinding me. Mine's blinding you right back there. I'll give a couple people a moment to get in here, and we will get started. You got any music playing, Doc? Because I can't hear any music if you got anything playing.
I'm playing it. It should be coming out to the stream.
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
probably can't
I don't
hear
have
it in
volume
Skype,
up on
but
that. So.
if you listen to the stream, you should hear it.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. The stream is frozen up for me again on YouTube.
Living for weekends, wishing I could take a break from this world.
Oh no, it's good. We're good now. I hear it. Oh no, that's from earlier. I'm way behind.
Oh yeah, it's always going to be a little bit behind. It's just
Yeah, well, this was like way behind.
Everyone has stuff they don't use. Stuff that's not what they want to do. All those things, right?
I got a question, Mr. Eddie. Since I didn't find this yet, how did you find the new DJ's live streaming page, or you are my regular YouTube page and it's just sticking the two together, which would be dope, because then I don't have to spend so much time trying to teach people to go to the new page.
Living in this crazy time, putting back the pieces of my mind. I know how to run from the dark and fly. Take a breath, feel my wings spread, levitate into the clouds. I'm so high above the ground. I'm rising.
I know why. It did that because it thinks it's right now I'm logged in as DJ
And 0. Let's get live. What's up, everybody? I am Scott Smokin' Sills, one of the Hot Mix 5. I am coming to you live from Chicago in beautiful Logan Square on a beautiful day. And my man, Doc Rock, joins us together from Hawaii. So aloha to you, Doc. Hope you're doing well out there, and it's been a great week.
Oh, absolutely. It's been an amazing week. DJ Edit came to visit us today, so thank you to him. How's it going, DJ Edit? Those of you guys that are over in Facebook group or wherever you see it on Facebook, make sure you let us know you're here. The comments on Facebook are still a little bit goofy, has something to do with Restream, I know. I've tried to nail it down. I haven't figured it out yet. It might just be that we will just give up Restream and just send it only to the Facebook group. So that will be important that you make sure you invite all your friends to the Facebook group.
Right.
But let's see. I can see that Edit is here. I don't know who else is here because they're not saying nothing. They're not talk about it. You got to talk about it, my man. You got to talk about it. Anyway, thank you guys. Good to see you. Oh.
So it's been an exciting week. Lots of stuff going on. I mean, it definitely has not been a boring week, that's for sure, at least here in Chicago. So I don't know that we're going to be talking about that. But what we are going to talk about today is we're going to talk about Facebook and we're going to talk about Twitch because there's a lot of stuff going down. Right now, Twitch is in the process of basically shutting a lot of the DJs down. It's something that we all thought we'd be able to do indefinitely, that was the place to be. But apparently the record labels have stepped up, unfortunately, and they are starting to shut people down as well. So maybe not so much on the live stream when you're actually doing it, but the recorded version will be taken down, and I believe they have a 2 or 3 strike rule, which will actually kick you off the channel. So it's definitely 3. Something we want to talk about. It's 3. I know it's 3 with Facebook too. YouTube, I got taken down almost immediately, so they didn't play around at all. I noticed lately, though, Facebook, we've been seeing a lot of the copyright claims being released if you protest them. So I have challenged all the claims, and I've been successful, which means typically I'm only getting like a 40-second claim, a 2-minute claim. So I might have 1 or 2. I'm pretty careful with what I'm playing when I'm on a live stream. We all know that we need to stay away from the Warner Brothers music. We need to stay away from the Sony catalog and the Universal catalog. If we stay away from those, we're probably in pretty good shape and we keep it moving. But there is something exciting happening with Facebook, and I don't know how this is really going to play out for us. This is really more them going after the TikTok business, but they are now allowing us to play music from a mobile device, and we have to do it within stories. So how many of you guys use stories? Because I know I sure don't. But I guess that's what we're going to be doing now, because stories is an option for us, and it can only be done with the mobile version. So you've got to take your iPhone out, and it will allow you to play music. And if you do that in the live stream, supposedly you can keep it up for about 24 hours, and then it goes away. But then there is a way to go back and to bring it into like a memory. I forget what the technical, but it's like a highlight that they allow you to keep. So you could potentially keep that, and it would be up on your stream. Now, that would be great, but I think we're going to lose a lot of what we've all been working to put in some production quality into the videos that we've been doing in our live streams. So many of us have gone and done green screen and graphics and all kinds of really cool production. We're not going to really be able to do that if we have to do it with a mobile phone. So if we're doing it on an iPhone or an Android, we just don't have the great programs like Ecamm or vMix available to us to enhance that production and really make it sizzle so that you'd want to keep it. So I really think that they're just going after this really to get the TikTok crowd to come over. TikTok's having some issues because a lot of copyright claims from the record labels. They see how well they're doing and how much money they're making. Record labels aren't getting their share, so they are not allowing the people from Twitch to continue. Basically, they want a piece of that action. So either they're going to have to come up with a licensing deal, which is basically what Facebook has done. So they have worked something out with the record labels to allow this. And again, it could be a karaoke thing, but if you're just wanting to put something together, they have a way that you can go in there in the stories area, and there's a music section, and you can search for music, and there is actually like hit music up there that's available to use in a story. So if you wanted to put something together and produce it, you can use this music, and for right now, perfectly legal. They're not going to bother you. So, there's probably going to be some creative ways to do things down the road. Is it a possibility that if we find all the songs that we want to use in a mix up in stories in that music library, can we use those now? I'm thinking we probably could. We all know that Facebook wants short clips. They don't want full songs. So if you're thinking you're going to be a wedding DJ and you're going to play 5 minutes of that record, probably not going to work for you. I think, you've got to keep it to the 30-second thing. I mean, that seems to be working. 30 seconds, a minute, whatever the case may be. And again, staying away from those major record labels. So, Doc, do you see it differently? Do you think TikTok is really where they're trying to head with Facebook? I mean, they're trying to take that audience from them?
Well, okay, trust you me, the labels have been probably trying to even get TikTok to kind of like sort of quell the amount of tracks that are being used on TikTok. But in the same token, okay, like here's a funny story. One of the first big like DMC takedowns to happen in Twitch was a song by Bozzy, Mine.
Yeah.
Right? So the labels would go in and the label was just like taking out any of the streamers that would play Mine in their streams. Which is absolutely funny because how did Bozzy become Bozzy? By creating Vines. And Vines eventually spiraled into what TikTok is right now. You know what I'm saying? So after they basically, and I'm pick on the labels for a little bit, but I kind of also understand where they're coming from in this particular aspect too. They found this kid, they turned him into an artist. They found him on a social sharing platform like Vine. They took what he was creating and turned it into a career. Then they published this kid. His song became one of the #1 songs of last summer. And then they went around slapping all of the people that would create videos using the song from an artist that they got from that same sort of place. Right? And that's almost like if the Biebs went around going after kids on YouTube for doing Bieb covers because Bieb became the Bieb from the Usher cover.
But that's what makes them so popular. I mean, let's face
like
it, even the record pools are now starting to come up with a TikTok playlist to give to the DJs, because if you do a high school dance or even the young weddings, people want to hear all the songs off TikTok. That's where all the hit songs are coming from. So, I mean, if the record labels don't give us some leeway with some of this stuff and get in the game, they're going to miss out. I mean, if people hear a song, that's when they're going to want to go get that song. They're going to want to buy that song, purchase it, or they're going to want to get it in their streaming service that they're paying for. But where are they discovering so many of these songs? They're being discovered on TikTok. And they're so being discovered in DJ live streams.
So that's been the problem. Reality is, though, the majority of us that are streaming are not streaming. We're not breaking songs on streams. We're playing the familiar songs. So because we're playing the familiar songs, discovery is not actually happening. Right? Like, okay, I can say right now, I know that
I'm going to argue that point a little bit because
I got this straight from the labels. I went and investigated and I talked to someone. And yeah, that like also the other thing is the monetization factor of this is in order to make money, say through like Spotify, you have to be up in the 4 and 5 million streams, right? But Spotify wants their cut, Apple wants their cut, Amazon wants their cut, the labels want their cuts. So there's really nothing left for, I guess, sort of for us per se. And like, there's no way for them to monetize what we are playing in through streams, right? Okay, for instance, on Twitch doesn't have any advertisement whatsoever, right? YouTube does. So with YouTube, they can come and put any money made on this video, the money has to go back to Warner. They can co-opt all of the advertising fee. They'll leave the video up, let you have at it. You get 10 million views, they get the money. You get 100 million views, they get the money, right? They can do that. But Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, there's no advertisement, so there's no money to be had. So if you play the song there and you get 10 million views, you basically jacked whatever artist and label out of any money whatsoever. So that's their problem. And like, they don't want to be dick about it, and they kind of understand. And for instance, A&R guys don't exist anymore. They just don't. It's not like it was back in the day. So for them, they haven't figured out a way that they can monetize this. And so what it would almost end up being is similar to how we're doing television. I pay $15 a month for HBO. I pay $15 a month for what's that other red
Showtime.
one? Yeah, Showtime.
Showtime. Yeah.
And I pay $10 a month for Manchester United channel. And so I just end up, I select it and choose, right? But I'm not going to pay 2 cents for TLC. That's just not, I won't give TLC any money whatsoever. Those shows are stupid. So rather than paying the cable company $115, I canceled that mess. And I got HBO and Showtime. And now HBO really roped in Cinemax. They've always owned Cinemax, but they own it now. It's HBO Max. So for $15, I get HBO Max, which is HBO Skinemax. And then for another $15, I get Showtime. And then for another $15, I get Spotify, but Spotify covers Hulu. And then I got another $15 for Netflix. Okay? So for them 60 bones, I'm not at 116. I get to watch all of what I want to watch, and we're good. So Mixcloud for now, and hopefully they step up to speed. And what I really hope would happen is, instead of us fighting Twitch and Facebook and all this other stuff, and yes, it's a bitch, and I know it sucks, we should all just run the Mixcloud. And then we should hammer like Facebook or Amazon or somebody to buy Mixcloud, so that we know that they have the money to get their servers up to speed. That's what our movement should be right now.
I think Mixcloud has the potential to absolutely be the place to be, and the fact that it's legal. We've been a little slow to move there for two reasons. One, it's brand new. I think it's more of a beta at this point. It was rushed into production, but they gave us an opportunity. And I think so many people gravitated to Twitch because it was up, it was ready, it was rolling, and it just seemed to be a little bit easier to operate. So I think now with Twitch making this change and not allowing us basically to retain our streams anymore, and we're going to have copyright issues, I think now is the time to all band together and make that move to Mixcloud. Yes, it'd be great if one of these companies would buy something and give us that platform. You know, we will be paying $15 a month to buy a pro version of Mixcloud, which is what we are doing now. They've given us 90 days free to try it. So they know they're kind of in a trial stage. But we need to make that push as DJs to all go over to Mixcloud now. So I think moving forward this week, I'm going to change on the group, the DJs live streaming group on Facebook. We will put the push for everybody to get onto Mixcloud and to get those links up there so that we can start trying to move the audience. And this is why we all need to do this together. We're almost 1,800 strong now on DJs live streaming group, which is amazing. We haven't even been at it for 2 months at this point. So it's nice. But what we need all the DJs to invite their friends. You can go in there and invite. And not just your other DJ friends. We need to invite the audience. So anybody that's on your Facebook, you can invite them.
Yes,
that's where we can pick up the numbers. And then if we all do this together, and if you share, you know, sharing is caring, caring is sharing. If you would do that, then, you know, when you see somebody that's got a live stream up there, share it so even your friends can go check it out. Maybe you're not live streaming right now, but somebody else is. Give them an audience. Let's get that audience to move with us so we all can have a place to play. And the beauty of it, it's legal. So let's go for it, guys. I mean, that's really what I would think we need to push for. And for any of the record labels out there, if you're checking this out, if you're watching the recording or whatever, you know, we would all love to work with the record labels. I don't think anybody is opposed to paying some sort of a fee. Here's a great revenue stream possibility for you guys.
Yeah.
You know, if Spotify has, you know, umpteen million people. I don't think you're getting umpteen million DJs that are going to pay you $15 a month or whatever the case may be. But I think you could have a significant revenue stream from the DJs that would be willing to do something like this. And this has been talked about for years and years and years, going back to the mixtape. This is just the 2020s version of a mixtape. And now it's live versus being on a cassette being sold in a store for $10. So, you guys need to get in the game with us. We expose new music. And, right now that's all we can expose is new music, because think about it. If you play anything that's popular, we're going to get hit with a copyright violation. And one of the things that's changing now with Facebook is they are now trying to notify you that you're getting a copyright violation. So they're giving you a chance to try to fix it. So you're going to get a warning on the screen that tells you, you're being detected as playing something that you're potentially in a copyright violation situation, and you need to adjust it. So what we don't know, do you have 5 seconds to adjust it, or do you have 35 seconds to adjust it? We just don't know at this point. But that bot comes around and it's going to get you. So at that point, you either have to bail out of that song, or you need to start talking on a microphone and get that song off, or, play a sample, do a drop, whatever the case may be. But you're going to have to transition, because they're not going to play. They either want to get the money or they're going to get us off. So I think it's 3 violations and they're going to take you down. But again, now we've got the new stream that we can go, or the new way of doing this, which we're all going to have to try and see how that works. We'd love to stay at Facebook because we all know the audience is there. We got lots of people to choose from. And, that's what it's all about, is to have an audience to play for. So, we can try stories and see how it goes. Let's, but we're playing around with all this stuff. I think we should all just make the move. Let's go to Mixcloud. It's that simple. That's legal. If we give them more DJs and more money, they're going to have more to work with for us as well. So they'll be able to build it out that much faster and better. So I think we're going to have to make that move. That's just kind of my opinion.
Okay, DJ Edit says that Twitch does have ads that run right before affiliate streams, but that's only for those handful of guys that are like affiliate streamers right there, right? So James Cole said, I'm not Facebook user, it really is James Cole's, I know. It says he's putting all his energy, that's funny, energy. You're so hilarious, energy. Energy.
Nice.
Wait, we're gonna get a copyright strike. You can't even hum it, folks. You can't even do like covers. I gotta stop doing that.
No happy birthday to you.
He said he put all of his energy into the Mixcloud because it does sound like the move. And there's one other comment that came up that I want to get through. It says, dun, 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 where'd it go? Oh, there's a video here. Chris Childress. What's up, Chris? Chris says, what's the preferred method with 2 Fs to stream to Twitch since Twitch is acting up? Honestly, Scott touched on it. It's Mixcloud. At this point in time, it's like we all going to have to make our efforts to send all of our fam to Mixcloud. And I think the other thing that would be the model is we have to find a way to get conversations started with the labels, and maybe even Facebook. Facebook should come up with Facebook Music. YouTube does have YouTube Music, and maybe instead of YouTube Music being part of the free platform, it is part of their premium platform. So in theory, YouTube could make it so that all DJs that spun on YouTube could only be showing up for those people who have YouTube Red, right? I have YouTube Red. They changed the name to YouTube Premium, right? Or there's a lot of people that have YouTube Television, which is, if I decide to add one more service to my cable flippery, it would probably be YouTube TV, because I tested it out for the month that I was in the hospital, and I was greatly excited with how good it was. So it's like video on demand, all this stuff sort of built in, works on all kind of devices. It's pretty incredible, actually. So if they were to say, the guys who are the biggest pain in the butts right now are Warner and Universal. Everybody else is sort of chill on the situation.
Sony.
Sony. Okay, we'll add Sony to the mix. So
yeah, absolutely.
All 3 of you guys come
don't want to be left out.
Come up with listeners will pay you $5 a month a piece, and as long as that is there, it will not get muted for the folks that are actually paying you. right? You can do that. We do that with sports right now. We do that with cable channels right now. Like we do that with pay per view, right? We can almost have pay per view DJ sets, right?
Yeah.
Where it would even come over your cable TV, so you can rock out in your living room. Like
Well, we can do that though. We could do that with Zoom.
yeah,
That is, you could set up a virtual nightclub on Zoom.
so
Uh,
JoJo does that now. DJ Farron over in the UK. So there's ways for these guys to do it. They just got to nut up and do it. And they're saying, well, we don't know how, or we don't have the tech. You got a whole bunch of cats sitting out here with no job who will come in and get you up and running in less than a week. Like, if you really care about your artist and not your CEO, you would do it, because the artists are the ones that make you. Like, you guys can actually put some thought into this and then bring it into play. DJ Edit says he says Sony is the worst, and
well, they're the worst because they got a lot of great music. That's the problem. These companies have the great records, and if they've got the great records, that's the ones we want to play. And if we're playing them, we're going to get hit.
Yes,
that's
James
really
says
what it
that
comes
DJs
down to.
are a small group in the grand scheme of things, and he's actually correct about that. So, one thing though that all these guys really want, whether it's Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Mixcloud, whatever, all they really want is they want eyeballs on the platform. And the longer you can keep eyeballs on the platform, the more money they can make. So there is something to be said about we are parking butts in the seat, so to speak, right? So I think Facebook has the weight and the power, and most of the record labels and artists all have Facebook pages. There's a way to tie this all in. Thank you, Christian Dahl, new subscriber. Thank you, Christian Dahl. That's a weird place for that to pop up. I got to move that around and find a better place for it to go.
Put it right over my forehead, okay?
Hey, Scott, you look really good with that graphic.
I like it. Hey, I'll take that all day long. Subscribe away.
So we definitely have to think. I mean, I guess it's hard. It's hard to be in a situation where we want to give our fans what they want, and our fans want what we want to give them, but like someone's standing in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Jimmy Taco, good to see you, fam. So we definitely have to find a way to like work with them, and maybe a lot of it has to do with us contacting them and being like, "Hey, man, Facebook, you guys got the money, you got the power. All the labels already have fan pages. All the artists already have fan pages. Set a tie-in that says when I am playing, oh God, I had the guy's name, but now I can't remember it right now. I'm blanking. His song goes dun 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 dun. It's like a little kind of it was a weird, quirky kind of bouncy rap, right? So let's say when I play that, because of the ability of a Shazam type technology to hear what you're playing, it could pull up a little album cover, right? And then that album cover can say, add this to your playlist or add this, so now they're able to get their money back in Spotify or Apple Music, right? So when you click in the middle of a stream, the little icon pops up, just like, Christian Dahl subscribed, and then the subscriber thing popped up. Let that pop-up be clickable, right? So now I can click it, and I can say, let me add this new artist to the playlist that I have on Spotify. Now when I play it on Spotify, you're getting your stream cake. You know what I'm saying? So now you're putting us back in the driver's seat like we've been for the last 50 years. Right?
It still comes down to, we all get music from record pools, and the record pools receive that music to promote. And they send it to us, and we are promoting that music by playing it, whether we're playing it in a nightclub or if we're playing it on a live stream. I don't see what the difference is. If you gave me that record to play, you should let me play it wherever I choose to play it to promote it for people. And the live stream is the place, Facebook. It's just getting in the game. It's a new way of doing things. It's a new way of thinking. And yeah, you could set it up to make some money. So, that's what we want to hope for. Let's take some questions. We got a few of them in here.
It was Jack Harlow is what I was trying to remember.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I was trying to remember the Jack Harlow song. Because I hate that song, but it's so catchy. And I always find myself bopping to it all the time. DJ Edit did say that the Zoom quality is audio quality is subpar, though. Yes, that there are ways to fix that. but you're always going to be stuck with your internet speed will jack up audio quality in a heartbeat. And you also have to remember that every individual platform runs a different level of compression. And so we don't, other than YouTube, we don't have a lossless compression format. And somebody just pinged me in Facebook. I'll go check that. And Rob Curran says, good to see you. Remember the good old days of KQMQ and KKLV and cable descramblers. Yes, I remember the days of cable descramblers. That was Jimmy Taco saying bye. Facebook. I mentioned James said that. Oh,
all right, that's me.
I was like, whoa! I just felt a minute. I wanted to go.
Yeah, that's it's somebody at the front door.
Oh, go, you need to answer the door. Answer the door.
No. It just alerts me that somebody's out there. It's all good.
That's funny. I was about to get zen for a second. Okay, everybody sit on the floor and cross your legs.
Yeah, well, somebody tried to come into my house at 5:15 in the morning the other night, and I just happened to be down in the office, and I saw somebody poking around. I thought somebody had gone outside to get something. No, somebody was actually like trying to get in the house, and I just happened to be awake, so that was not good. It was good that I was there, but still not good. But anyway, it's been a crazy week. That's all I can tell you.
Okay, DJ Edit says Zoom is not designed to push audio the way we need it to present it. True story. Like, yeah, Zoom was really designed for people to have corporate meetings without being in the corporate room. I get stuck. So, I mean, yes, that's 100% true. Zoom was definitely not designed for this. And it's funny to watch the machinations and twisting that people are going through trying to get it to fit. But you can't make it fit because it straight up wasn't designed for this.
Yeah. You can tweak the audio, though. So, make sure you go into the preferences, go into the advanced settings. You should be able to improve it enough that it's more enjoyable than allowing them to take control of your microphone and whatever compression they're putting on there or noise gate, whatever the case may be. Take that control away from them and do it yourself. You'll be much, much better off, and your audio quality will improve dramatically.
Right now, there's another important side of this, too. If you have stuff that's already up on Twitch, and say you've done these mixes, over the last couple of weeks, if you want to keep your Twitch channel, some people won't care because they only went to Twitch to do this, and they're not going to, go play video games or whatever after. But if you want to keep your channel and you have any VODs or video on demands that are up from previous streams, go take them down. Because
they do have to come down.
They are
I don't understand because
deleting stuff. There's the first one that I heard of from one of my buddies. His stream was over a year ago that he got the notice. Notice for.
I have not had any of my videos stay up there. I don't know why, because I use Restream when I go up there, and the video goes up there, and I get all the analytics back. But I never see a video clip there. It's always like, oh, there's nothing going on your channel. So I don't have anything to worry about, apparently, because my clips don't seem to be staying up there.
I think there's a setting for video on demand. It might even be something that's only related to Twitch Prime. I just call it Prime because they're owned by Amazon. God knows what it's really called. I'm not that Twitch life. Mark Anna, DJ Mark, like he knows the Twitch stuff ins out and backwards. I was talking to him a couple days ago. I need to get him to come and join us on one of these things, because in Vegas time he's like right in between us. So it looks like, what, all of us ran to Twitch, and if they don't want us, hey, let's leave. Let's screw them. Don't give them any more of your time. It's honestly, to me, the answer is Mixcloud. And it was sucking for a little while, but it's been about a month. Maybe I'll go and play with Mixcloud again.
Yeah, I need to do the same
and see if they have had an opportunity to tighten their things up. Let me check something out. Okay, DJ Edit says, has anyone in your extended network considering using Discord as a means to host your party? I have a Discord channel, and actually, I think for the conversation, actually, we should create a Discord. I'll put that on my to-do list, Ryan, and I will add you as an admin if you would like. I should create a Discord for DJ's live streaming for the simple reason that the general page itself the wall is mostly streams, and there's not a lot of the conversation type stuff going. And we keep asking you people to do some more conversating there, but I get it. Like, you guys just want to get your streams out. We ain't mad at you. we never gonna knock the hustle because we hustlers. I'm a hustler,
Right.
homie.
I'm a hustler.
Sorry, I
I'm a
want to say
hustler.
can't say 2 lines of that because we don't want to get tagged.
Yeah. 2 I we'll get a copyright by. There it goes. No.
Sorry, I was gonna say every day. Anyway, so what I like to do is yes, Sean. Hold that question, Sean. I got ADD. Stop that. So what I want to do is like maybe the place for the conversation, the place for the hey, buy this piece of equipment, try this out. This Deity mic is dope because it allows you to walk all over the place. It comes with a 5-meter cable, but you can clip it and you don't got to worry about leaning over and talking into this. James, I'm gonna cost you another $50. This is legit. So yeah, I think that I should create a Discord so we can do a little bit more of the granular conversation over there. So I definitely will happen. Now, basically, to go to Sean's question, because it's fantastic. Yep. Sean says, can you use Restream with Mixcloud? Yes, sir.
Yes, you can.
So give me 1 second. Let's see if I can do this real quick. Bam. Okay, this is our Restream wall. I'm surprised it's not freaking out. Over here, you would just go to add a channel, like such, and then this comes up at the very bottom here, which is slightly out of screen. There is a thing that says RTMP. I don't know if I can make it scroll up, but right here, this button that's orange, you press that, and it says create custom RTMP, and then it's going to ask me to add because I have a lot, but you would basically add your stream keys in there, and then once you put your stream keys in, you're like back in action, and you'll be able to work. So yes, that is.
Mixcloud requires a different stream key every time that you go on and do your live stream. It changes, which is something that I hope that they will change so that you can just set it, put it in there, and keep the process simple.
I think that might have something to do with the way they are collecting like DGS data.
Oh, that's very possible.
I don't think it's called DGS anymore, but I'm old, so that's what it was called back in the day, right? You used to get the DGS data. So I think that might be how they're doing it. But basically, the last show towards the end, DJ Edit had mentioned we should explain to folks what a RTMP stream is, and he's kind of doing that. Thank you so much for helping Sean Thrasher understand this stuff. First of all, Sean Thrasher, fantastic first name. Probably the best first name in the business. I'm not biased. Stop that. I'm not biased at all. Okay.
And for those that don't know, Doc's first name is actually Sean. So there you go.
Spelled exactly correct.
I let the cat out of the bag.
It's not seen. It's Sean. We spell it right. Sorry, scenes out there. Anyway, so an RTMP stands for it's a real-time media protocol, right? So basically, what's happening is it allows you to take the stuff that I'm creating here on this computer, right, with Ecamm, and I can give it the RTMP link. It will take that and send it to the server that will then take it from the server and spread it out to your fam, like whoever's listening, watching, whatever. For most cases, our YouTube Live and our Facebook Live, that stuff is handled for us automatically, but in a situation where you want to be able to like create your own thing or maybe even do controls that they don't, like, okay, so for instance, Facebook wants to send everything at 720. And right now there's no way around it. But you could kind of cheat and create an RTMP that's 1080 and say that it's gaming content, and then you can get a 1080. Don't do it. You'll get in trouble. But yes, basically what that's all about. So what DJ Edit is reminding us, and Scott just mentioned it, is every time you go on Mixcloud, they ask you to get a brand new stream URL and a new stream key. It's either for security reason or it's for tracking reason, and we're not sure. So what would happen is what I just showed you, Sean, over in Restream. Every time you start your Mixcloud, what you have to do, which is kind of cool because Mixcloud does it much better than all the other platforms, is you set the thing up first before you press go from your system, right? I feel like my audio just got hot all of a sudden. So before you press go,
sounds good over here.
You basically set your key up, and then you copy your key into the places where it needs to be copied. So that's basically how you're going to do that, right? And then what you do is you go to Restream and you just press edit, not DJ edit, but edit the destinations, and you just add the new key. Complete pain in the butt, and like Scott said, hopefully they fix it. My guess is they're doing it for tracking.
Yeah.
And if DJ Edit agrees with me, then I'm right, because we're both Virgos and we're best friends, but we never agree on S. we fight constantly because Virgos are opinionated. Right, DJ Edit? But I love you. Thank you, Sean. Sean, I hope that answered your question. We got 2 thumbs up. I don't know how you do the Z formation in the icon format, but I guess that means we might have answered this question. But and actually, you know what? Scott, remind me this week that I want to set the next show to also stream to Mixcloud and just see how they
great
feel
idea.
about it. I think it might be audio only. Or does Mixcloud? Oh, Mixcloud does take video too. That's right.
Video, absolutely. Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
So yeah, we'll make sure we add a custom RTMP feed, and I'll just 86 the Twitch feed because ain't nobody watching it anyway, and I'll move it over to Mixcloud. So then we could play music in the background without having to play this stuff. Now, one other thing, I did want to ask a question before we go on. Anybody out there? Are you guys beat producers? Or just regular music track producers? Because if you are creating tracks that won't get you in trouble copyright wise, you should produce tracks for Epidemic Sound or for Envato Elements or for Pond 5. But the other one is called Artistry. I forgot. There's another Artistream. That's the other one. So yes, Sean, I'm going to send you a thing. I'm going to find a link real quick, and I'll put it in the chat. Epidemic Sound is where I get my beats from. Okay, so I have these, not free. I have these beats that allow me to play, into our feeds over here, like such, right? I'm going to just play a little demo real quick.
They're legal. They're licensed.
They're licensed.
And they're high quality. They really have some nice tracks on that service. So if you're looking for something that you want to put together and you want to do music and you want to be legal so you don't affect your YouTube channel or your livelihood if you're making money off your live stream or whatever the case may be, you definitely need a service like that. And they do a great job.
Yeah,
it's good
and
stuff.
So by putting these guys, taking your stuff, creating your stuff, and putting it there, number one, you're going to get, I hate this word, please don't get mad at me for using it, but it's easy to explain. You'll get exposure. I love when people say, hey, you should come and DJ our party. There's going to be a lot of bigwigs there. You're going to get a lot of exposure.
A lot of exposure.
You know what my answer to that is, Scott? When I was in the Army as a medic, and we used to work in cold environments, a lot of people would die from exposure.
I see where you're going with this, and I agree.
I just tell them that. I tell them that with the straightest face possible. With the straightest face possible. I spend a lot of time training in Fort Drum in order to cure people of exposure. So no, I ain't doing it for exposure. I will do it, however, if you expose me to some of those dead presidents.
Right. Multiple dead presidents.
Expose that. Expose that. I got you, fam. Anyway, Sean, on Epidemic Sound, there's a page where, number one, you can try the service for free if you create your own content, like if you make YouTube videos or Facebook stories now, because Scott told you your homework this week is to do Facebook stories. If you're creating IG posts, like kind of like promote yourself or whatever like that, you can use the music from Epidemic Sound. And if you create this kind of stuff, it's a good side hustle. You can make some decent money because they're always looking for creators because they're trying to expand. And then so what you do is you click on there, you sign up as a creator, you just post up your tracks there, and you're good to go. So that's a one. And the other one, I believe, is Artistra. There's also Envato Elements. But it's a great way to take it and just make some side money. My pops is 76 right now, and we used to shoot a lot of high-end video. That's how I got into all of this gear I have over here. And so he used to shoot a lot of background shots, B-roll. And when we were cleaning up our store, we decided to close down the shop. I was like, what you gonna do with all these tapes? And he's like, I don't know. I was like, why don't you capture some of that stuff and throw it up on the site and sell the clips? Because, a lot of corporations always want to give that Hawaii vibe, or they do the little Luau Friday parties or whatever. And he goes, no one's going to buy my footage. And I was like, man, just do it. So we fought about it for about a year. Then he finally did it. And then one day he gets his email, some company was throwing a party. They bought 3 clips. Here's a check for $650. He's like,
Nice.
I just got a check for $650 because 4K like B-roll clips were very rare at this point. You know, now there's a lot, and he was mind blown because he had forgot that we did it. You know, we were both drinking the day that we put it up, so he forgot he did it, and then he just get a random check. You know, and then I think in his first year he made a decent couple grand just from posting, you know, B-roll clips. So don't fake the funk. Don't fake the funk and that stuff, especially if it's stuff that I like it, but I don't really like it. I'm never going to put this out because it's not my brand per se. That's a good place to hide it. Don't throw away the work you did.
Absolutely.
Because somebody else would be like, yo, this works. I just need a beat for Instagram promo for my sausage truck.
Yep. Good stuff. A couple other things. You know, what I was talking about with Facebook earlier and using stories, you can do the same thing for Instagram. They have the same licensing agreement because it's Facebook and Instagram. So you've got another option there. Again, though, I need to touch on the fact that you cannot do this on a desktop. It has to be done mobile, everybody. So give it a shot this week. We're going to start wrapping things up. But if you have a chance, a couple things. So one, let's all go to Mixcloud this week, and let's give that a shot and try to push our audiences there and our DJ friends, as well as our friends and listeners. And then secondly, try stories. Give it a shot. Let's see what everybody says next week if they come back and if they were able to get away with playing all the music that they like. You might do a little research ahead of time, and that would be to go and see what some of those songs are that they make available that are on their playlist that can be used, because you know those are legal. So you might want to do your list that way and then see what happens from there. So that's my homework for you guys this week. You guys have a great week. Doc, there goes my dog Frankie. She is the star of the show.
What's up,
She's on the move.
Frankie would have how many knuckles? Frankie would have knuckles.
This one has no knuckles.
No, because dogs have knuckles too.
Yeah, they do. That's true.
It would be 16 knuckles, I think.
That's right.
I don't know dogs.
Yeah, 4 times 8 would be correct.
Before we run away, I want to give one more quick shot. Like, if you guys haven't already, check this out. Again, this is a Deity VLab. It's a smart lab. I always like to give you a tool or a tip to check out. Basically, it's a super dope lavalier mic that you can just clip right on and connect it into your mixer. It does have a 3.5 millimeter jack, so you might need an adapter, but it is TRRS, so three sleeves. Works really good with iPhones and iPads and that too, provided you have one of these little doohickeys. And it's super cool because of the long cable. So what's dope about that, if you're moving around as you're doing your set, you don't have to keep leaning in and talk to your mic. You can just do what you do and walk around. And I was able to rent this from Pro Camera Hawaii, our local camera shop, to test it out. So if you're here in Hawaii and you want to test one out before you buy it, do that. Scott, somebody's at your door.
Sounds like it's Hawaii right there.
Yeah. I was
get the chime. I was
just thinking somebody was there. Now, guys,
peace, love, and harmony.
We did just add, and I will post this in the Facebook wall for the group. We did just add the DJ's live streaming YouTube channel. We don't have enough subscribers yet in order for me to make it youtube.com/DJ's live streaming. We have to get to a certain number first. So I'll put that in. So if you see that, please share it. Try to jump on. It will be like a replication source for all of our stuff, but we're trying to build our own, like brand new identity. All the streams and stuff will go there. And then also, don't forget, next week, hopefully I will get connected so that we can just post this show directly on Mixcloud, which will also help us get a lot more users into the Facebook group. That's it. Oh yeah, and don't forget to invite your friends as part of the
hit
group.
The subscribe button.
Yeah, man, English is failing me so much today. It cracks me up. Anyway, with that, let me play some outro music. This comes from Epidemic Sound, and it's probably licensed, so YouTube and Facebook.
There you go. Right.
Kiss my pineapple. Thank you, Scott.
All right, guys. Have a great week. Watching. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Doc, be safe. Have a good week. We'll see you next week, everybody.
Thank you soon. Jake, good to see you, brother. That's funny. Man, that was good, Scott.
Are we off?
wishing I
You
could
gotta press two buttons, remember?
break from this world.
Not one, but two. Wait, there's